So types of microplastics, primary microplastics and secondary microplastics, smaller size in and are produced external human use. Secondary microplastics, they occur as a result of breakdown of large plastic debris. Next one. So you can see the effect of microplastics in water and aquatic system. So எப்படி plastics வந்து enter ஆகுது food chain அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா same we are throwing the plastics by the action of UV and mechanical microbial. So these injected microplastics will enter into the seafoods. So obviously we are getting seafood, the microplastic transformation will occur in this way. Next one. So testing for microplastics in bottled water. இனிமே கொஞ்சம் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்குது, அதை மட்டும் பாருங்க ஒரு 4 ஸ்லைடு. ஸோ நீங்கள் டே டு டே லைஃப் we are using many aquafina, Bisleri or Amma water, many waters. In that water itself, microplastics. You cannot find plastics in visual, eye visual. So, but in those water, researchers identified water la thannilu microplastics irukku. So, enna pannalam? Next one, filter bag. So, next, microplastics in human health. ஸோ பின்னாடி எல்லாம் தெரியுது உங்களுக்கு ஸ்லைடு தெரியல தானே? எனக்கு தான் கண்ணில் பிரச்சனை. ஸோ ஹிடன் ஃபினான்ஸ் இன் த ஏர். ஸோ மைக்ரோபிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ், you are likely taking tiny particles of plastics every time. So you eat, drink and breathe according to the research in the risks of human health. So even nowadays in the air காற்று வந்து தூய்மையானதில்லை. Air itself containing some microplastic, nanoplastic particles. So while breathing, we are taking inside the microplastics. So next. So plastic pollution via soil, air and water. So these are all the main routes for entering the humans. So these plastics will affect headache, dizziness, diarrhea and liver disinfection, sometimes infertility, hormonal changes and cancer. Next one. So microplastics in human health, how இந்த ஏர்ல இருந்து எப்படி வந்து அந்த மைக்ரோபிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் வந்து ஹியூமன் பாடியில் என்டர் ஆகுது. ஸோ வாட் ஆர் ஆல் த டிஸ்இன்ஃபெக்ஷன்ஸ் இன் ஹியூமன் ஹெல்த். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ மைக்ரோபிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் இன் சைல்டு ஃப்ரம் மதர் டு சைல்டு டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்மேஷன். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வெரி சீரியஸ் இஷ்யூ. ஸோ உலகத்திலேயே பாதுகாப்பானது தாயின் கருவறை சொல்லியிருக்காங்கல்ல, ஸோ சேஃப் பிளேஸ் வந்துட்டு. பட் nowadays the microplastic transformation will occur from mother to child through placenta. So it is very shocking news. So recent reports are identified this phenomenon. So microplastics, the mother will take microplastics in any form from the toothpaste or water or some other food items. So will after mother through placenta, the nutrient will pass to the child, as well as the microplastic, nanoplastics also will pass through the placenta. So next one. So microplastics in breast milk, this is also very serious. You can maybe you read the news 1 year ago or 6 months ago. So microplastics in human breast milk. In the world, the purest form is breast milk. உலகத்திலேயே தூய்மையானது சிறந்தது தாய்ப்பால் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தோம். பட் no more. So no more, it is not pure. So the scientists discovered human milk, breast milk also contain nanoparticles. So it is very it is quite challenging. Why I am saying this? As an environmental microbiologist, I am telling these microplastics entering human health through various forms, and we want to be safe. So we want to control the plastic pollutions. That's why I am telling how microplastics are plastics affecting the human health. So next one. So microplastics found in blood. So blood. So overall, our total body is containing some microplastics, either blood or milk or placenta to mother to child through placenta. So we need to think about it. So it is just a news. For you, it is just a news. For you think about, already we are getting more diseases, genetic disorders and seasonal diseases, but this is burden. We want to think about this kind of pollutants entering into the body. So I am not a medical scientist, just I want to show you the transformation of this kind of pollutants in our body. So this is an awareness. So you should think about how we can stop this kind of pollutants enter into the body. So next one. So what is the solutions? ஓகே இவ்வளோலாம் சொல்கிறீங்க, பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் அங்கே இருக்குது, பிளட்டில் இருக்குது, சாப்பாட்டில் இருக்குது, எல்லாலும் இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறீங்க. சரி, என்ன தான் பண்ணலாம்? வாட் இஸ் த சொல்யூஷன்? ஸோ ஹவு கேன் வி ஓவர் கம் திஸ் பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ்? ஹவு கேன் வி மிட்டிகேட் திஸ் பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ்? எப்படி இதை ஒழிக்கிறது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஸோ biological degradation. So as I mentioned earlier, physical and chemical methods is not applicable. அதாவது ஒரு பொருளை அழிக்கணும்னா முழுசாக அழிக்கணும், அதுதான் ஒரு சிறந்த தீர்வு. That is the successful rate of degradation. But in this case, you cannot completely degrade, you cannot completely eliminate plastics. எரிச்சாலும் இது, if you burn, it will release poisonous chemicals, so it will spoil the environment. And if you use some plastic, some chemicals to degrade, it is not possible. You cannot completely degrade. So that's why some eco-friendly method, we are using some microorganisms, either bacteria or some other microorganisms, the plastics. It is an eco-friendly method without any secondary pollution. So we are using biodegradation, nothing but degradation of plastics using some microorganisms. So next one. So these compounds are broken down into simple and natural compounds. So microplastic, most of the plastics are not biodegradable. So that's why we want to use some bacteria or fungi to biodegrade the plastics. Next one. So biological degradation is generally considered as a phenomenon green source, because in biodegradation using microorganisms there is no secondary pollution. So that is simple method. We don't want to spend much chemicals, we don't want to spend much labors. It is quite simple, eco-friendly and inexpensive. Next one. So you can see the overview of plastic degradation process. So polymer is nothing but plastics. So depolymerases, these enzymes are secreted by microorganisms. So these enzymes will cut the polymer into oligomers, dimers and monomers. So either aerobic or anaerobic process, this plastic degradation will occur. Next one. So totally 4 processes in biodegradation. 4 processes are involved by degradation of plastics. One is biodeterioration, biofragmentation, assimilation and mineralization. So this is the general phenomena how the microorganisms will degrade the plastics. So we can see one by one. Next one. So what is biodegradation? So biodeterioration is defined by undesirable changes. Did you notice that? So if you throw away some low density, carry bag, if you throw away these plastics in the environment, just watch it. After 6 months or 7 months, the structure will be collapsed, either mechanical or UV radiation. So on the structure பார்த்தீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, so it will tear. ஈஸியாக பிச்சிட்டு வரும், மண்ணில் இருக்கும்போது ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் கொலாப்ஸ் ஆகிருக்கும். So that is we can call biodeterioration. So next one. So assimilation characterize the larger fractions of molecules transported into the cytoplasm. So also mineralization refers complete degradation of molecules that will result into the excretion of oxidized metabolites. You can see that images. First picture பார்த்தீங்கன்னா polythene, அந்த low density polyethylene. So polythene போயிட்டோம்னா அதில் நிறையா இருக்குது. This one is low density polyethylene. Carry bag இருக்குல்ல அது, that one is control. Next one பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 7 days or 15 daysல we applying some bacteria. So we are treating some bacteria. So we can change the undesirable changes on the surface of the polythene, that polythene. So after 20 days, so we can see some major changes for the degradation rate of polythene. Next one. So you can see the microbial degradation of plastic process. So involved enzyme secretions. So maximum these microorganisms involved biodegradation is mediated by enzymes secreted by the microorganisms. Next one. So what is the significance of enzyme biodegradation? So which is eco-friendly, So again, we want more quantity of enzymes. We want to scale up industrial microbiology. So once we find potential microorganisms which will have capacity to degrade the plastic, so we will get successful biodegradation of plastics. So you just think about the plastic pollution, so which is very serious problem in the world. So this is general topic and a social awareness topic. Wherever I can say it is social awareness topic. So just we want to alert our society. So please stop plastic, use some cloth bags. So we want to take responsibilities as a biotechnology, as a microbiologist. So we want to have some responsibility. So finally, if we are accumulating the environment, so the people or world will call us. We need microbiologists, we need biotechnologists. We want some solutions how to overcome or how to mitigate this kind of plastic pollutions. So finally, please avoid plastics, use some health bags, use some cloth bags. So thank you. Next slide. So apart from this, I want to share some points. புரியுதா இந்த இங்கிலீஷு படிக்கிறது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா you just gain the practical knowledge. So if you want anybody to get higher education in abroad, how to approach, how to get admissions, what are all the procedures, where can I ask if you want to apply some masters or PhD. So there are lot of fundings available in and around the world. So if you want any higher education doubts, so you can reach me at my email ID. So you can collect my email ID from your head of the department or Dr. Suresh Kumar. So I'm always happy to answer, to clarify your doubts regarding subject as well as your career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Dear students, if you'd like to ask few questions, the session is now open for discussion. If you don't have any, I have one question. So recently we read in some papers that there are now microbes which are degrading plastic, sir. So how is that happening? Is it really feasible? So recently, students, please sit down. Recently, we have read in papers that there are microbes which are degrading plastic, sir. So how far it is going or how far it is applicable? How near are we in decomposing plastics using microbes, sir?
Hello. So it is infinite. We cannot predict time, how long it will take to find some microorganisms. So it is not, as I mentioned, it is quite challenging. So because of this density polymers, even the microbial systems are so collapsing. So we want to do some strain improvement. So then only it will be applicable. So we are trying to isolate some good microorganisms which will have potential to completely degrade. But so far, there is no report. Sir, in the world.
How does the microbe use this plastic as an energy source or
energy source? Energy source. That is the basic. So with any pollutants, the microorganisms will take as a nutrient source.
But that is it's completely polythene. How is it breaking down?
So due to the depolymerase action of some enzymes, the microorganisms will secrete.
And what is the monomer that it is taking inside for the energy, sir?
Monomers, oligomers and monomers take. So
the plastic is broken down into small monomers and it is consumed.
Oligomers, monomers.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Students, do you have any questions? Okay, here we have one question.
Sir, whether it will completely degrade the plastic, sir?
It is not possible to completely degrade. It is not possible. There is no report. It is quite challenging. So even if you observe 10%,
If you don't have any questions, we shall wind up this session. And sir is available with us. You can ask your questions through email also. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was a very interesting and informative talk. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. And I know you are in a very busy schedule. Thank you for accepting our invitation too. Thank you once again from our side, sir. Thank you. Now it is time to move on to the technical session 2. So for starting this technical session 2, we cordially invite Dr. Sundaresan, sir. Welcome, sir. And to chair the session, I'd like to call upon Mrs. N. Soumya ma'am to please chair the session. Please take over the session, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning to one and all present here. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. P. Sundaresan, sir, and introduce to the gathering Sundaresan, sir, and introduce to the gathering here. He completed his PhD microbiology in Madurai Kamaraj University, and also he served as a part doctoral fellowship in University of Pennsylvania, Georgetown University, and assistant professor in School of Medicine in New York. He trained area research focus as molecular genetics related to eye diseases, diabetics, and retinopathy, ocular albinism, and a congenital retinopathy and releases cataracts. He also published more than 140 scientific research articles in various national and international journals. Sir is also instrumental for scholars as 24 research scholars. Sir also received Christ Award in 2010 and 11. And he has received 2 ICMR Award for Biomedical Research and Scientist Award, and Tamil Nadu Scientist Award